power man
is authentic, time-tested, scientific and foolproof. Again, Bhagavan gives us all the blessings, boons to receive the prasada. Paramashiva is real as our reality. The Shastra Pramana, the evidences are to support, give us the cognitive shift to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. The Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Vedas and the Agamas. Apta Pramana, the experience and the results of the Aptas, the authority of Hinduism. The Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas. All of them are authority of Hinduism, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation, Bhagavan's very own Leela to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of millions of disciple, devotees, followers initiated by Bhagavan into the science of power manifestation. Bhagavan himself is in Kailash Kotiyad, manifesting the powers through all of us, bringing Paramashiva is real as our reality into our brains as consciousness, as superconsciousness. Pratyaksha Pramana, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. Bhagavan has beautifully given the pramanas for us to understand that cognitive shift that needs to happen in us as our reality. The Shastra Pramana for Ashtamaha Shaktis is from Shiva Samhita 5.7678.
Paramashivoham animadiguna-prada vayustannachadate dehe rasavriddhir-bhavedhruvam akashapanakajagalptiyusamapibaddhate maranam khadyate tena sakenapi na khadyate tasya syat paramashivoham animadiguna-prada vayuh sanacharate dehe rasavriddhir-bhavedhruvam akashapanakajagalaptiyusamapibaddhate.
Bhagavan Paramashiva says, death is eaten by him, he is eaten by none. He manifests the highest powers of such as Ahima, Mahima, Lahima, Garima, all the Ashtama Shaktis. The Vayu, the wind energy, moves equally throughout his body. The juice of his body also are increased. The Rasavriddhi, the nectar, excluding from the eternal lotus, also increases in him. Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully gives us the highest reality, how we can manifest the powers of Paramashiva. All that Bhagavan is giving us, how these forces are manifesting in our body as our reality. When we understand and unclutch from that, and simply we are able to manifest the higher reality as Paramashiva is real again and again, it will manifest as greater reality. There was a milkmaid who every day took milk to a man, and every day she was late. The man was asking, "Why are you late every day?" And then she said, "I used to sit at the door of the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, where it was chanted, and I come, it becomes late." He says, "Don't go there. You don't understand, right?" She says, "Yes, I don't understand anything, but I feel so complete when I go there." And he said, "Don't go there because you're coming late." Again and again, this happened, and again, he said the same thing, "Don't go there. You're coming late." One day, he got really upset that he took her basket, which was like all with holes, and kept under the tap and asked her to fetch the water in the basket. She said, "I cannot fetch the water in that basket because it has hole." He said, exactly, just like that. When you are sitting and listening to something you don't understand, there is of no use. Why are you going there every day? It is like this, it just drains off. She beautifully replies, she says, even though the water is gone, the basket is become clean. That you have to notice. That is what happens. All these greater truths, whether we understand or not, again and again when we are cherishing all this as our cognition, simply the higher reality happens. The mind can never understand and never cognize. If the mind can cognize, then infinity has to be less than mind. It can never cognize. It just has to happen to you. And how does it happen? Only by you again and again imbibing yourself into the higher consciousness. Paramashiva is real. The materialistic world gives you all the possibility as though it is real, but it is just a shadow. Either you yourself have the beautiful cognitive shift by manifesting powers, poke holes to the logic, and wake up to Shiva is real, or the root shock wakes you up and makes you understand Paramashiva is real. Either way, we can experience the higher reality, Bhagavan says. All that we need to do is surrender to everything that Bhagavan is giving and be in the oneness space. How the Nayanamars lived in such a high space, understanding Guru Vak as their life and surrendering everything to Guru Vak, and Guru again and again makes them manifest the higher powers, higher reality. Again and again understanding this greater science brings the completion and makes us manifest beyond the death. That is eaten by him is only for people who don't want to wake up from the materialistic world. Thinking that we are only matter is putting us only in the death and birth painful cycle. But if we understand that Paramashiva is real, reside in that, is happening as Paramashiva as our reality, simply he is eaten by none. You wake up as reality that you are not just the body, you are also the body. You are Paramashiva, you are quantum, you are the highest possibility that exists as reality. And manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva, all this greater science, how Bhagavan has given us. All these Nayanamas lived this greater science so beautifully and manifested as reality. The Nayanar had her daughter married, and when she was getting Manakanchar Nayanar was getting her daughter married, and that day the Shiva's devotee, one person came and asked for the hair, and simply the father cut the hair of the bride and gave it. Whatever Shiva devotee asked, he is known for giving, and he gave the hair to this devotee who is Shiva's devotee. Manakanchara Nayanar, and when he gave the hair and appeared and blessed him as a Nayanar, and again grew the hair, and simply she got married. Thus, it might look like a very simple act. What is there in just a hair getting cut on your marriage day? But the essence is nothing disturbs them. However difficult or however things are going out of the way, nothing disturbs them because they don't want to be disturbed other than Paramashiva as their space, other than Paramashiva as their reality. It was so beautiful. Tukaram was one of the greatest devotee of Krishna. When he was asked to leave his house by a real fraud ashram for him to live there forever. The beautiful science, when you give up understanding Paramashiva is real again and again, all these Nayana lived, breathed and thought that as their lifestyle. When they did this, simply they were able to understand thus cosmic logic is much more greater than the other logic that we are trying to gain in our outer life by knowledge, by our thinking, decision, plans, whatever we have is only poor man's knowledge. But understanding this cosmic knowledge simply will make us manifest the real Paramashiva, blessing us with all the auspiciousness and abundance. Atma Pramana, Bhagavan beautifully explains this.
There are some people only, this is the logic with which they function. And It's okay. At least they function. See, fundamentally, I am doing something which is unprecedented, to tell you honestly, which was never done earlier. So the product I am delivering also is unprecedented. So the integrity I demand also is unprecedented. The kind of a whole life need to be just opened and intensified. Kind of an intense connection I had with Arunagiri Yogeshwara. Even with that connection, it took 9.5 months to fully download the whole thing and to fully start manifesting the whole thing. With this initiation, you can change the size, shape of the organs. Understand? Just this one initiation, if you all master, you can just go on living whatever time you want. Because you just need to alter your organs and rejuvenate and freshen up, that's all. It's like every morning if you just switch the reboot button, press, control, delete and reboot, over. You go on living. You master the time. I know a lot of fundamental principles need to be understood. Unfortunately, humanity has moved so much away from nature. Even basic few things look so complicated. Sometimes I feel like I am living in a different world and you are all living in a different world. It is not few feet distance, it is few world distance. Because the cognitions I carry, the conclusions I have, listen, the cognitive shift you need to have for this initiation. Listen carefully. I'll repeat once more. Hinduism is not faith-based tradition. It doesn't demand your faith. It is integrity-based tradition. It means, let me explain. Listen carefully. There are some fundamental understandings about the cosmos. You commit to understand that and be integrated to that. That's all. Some of the cosmic principles. No one owns anything. Only violence is sin. I am not saying you can go and rob. If you rob and that fellow is affected by it, you will incur sin. Because his suffering will create karma for you. But if nobody suffers, there is no suffering at all, you don't get any karma. Understand? You can't say, oh, let me just rob the water of the river. No. In Hindu tradition, even the river is a living energy. So I'm not saying go and rob. All I am trying to tell you is, what is right, what is wrong, you need to know. So you can constantly function based on cosmic principles. Violence is the only sin. Nothing else is a sin. Nothing else is a sin. Anywhere pain is created, only then it is a sin, not otherwise. But if someone blackmails you, oh, don't do that, then I will become painful, that doesn't come as a karma to you. One of my relatives threatened, blackmailed that she will commit suicide if I become a sannyasi. I said, quickly finish, let me finish all the last rites and then I'll go. I said, quickly finish. I have only few more days to go. Let me finish your last rites and then I'll go. She did not commit suicide. She started screaming, how dare you tell that I should die? I did not tell you should die. You only said you will die. Why should I die for your sake? I said, I did not tell you to die. That is what I wanted. I want you to live long, happily, live happily. I did not tell you to die. You threatened me that you will die if I become sannyasi. In India, we have a funny kind of relationships. It is all about the social prestige. And one of my uncle, I should describe the whole thing in Tamil and translate, only then it will be really wonderful. Because it's an incident happened in my life, very important but funny incident. Now we have to enter into initiation, so later on I will describe this incident. The essence I wanted to convey to all of you, understand. Decision to understand, come to cosmic conclusions inside you and be integrated to that is what is integrity. Listen carefully. Tending what is cosmic principle and searching is what is called seeking. Vyakulata, Pratyagatma Chaitanya Chakrata, individual consciousness waking up and searching. Every moment thinking, what is the cosmic principle I am supposed to follow now in this situation? And going on aligning ourselves to it. Now, the power manifestation, the initiation and power manifestation you are going to have, it is working with people, understand? You are going to be healing others. So the cosmic principle for which you need to be in tune, you need to be integrated. Let me heal the whole universe.
Beautifully, Bhagavan is giving us what is the cosmic integrity, how we can manifest that.
Also has become stinking like that. Forget you. Life is for others. With this decision, be ferocious with this decision. Be ferocious with this cognition. Decision to enrich and cause others' reality. Be ferocious with it.
So beautifully, Bhagavan explained how the cosmic principle, how it becomes reality in you. When you align again and again, Paramashiva is real. Whether you understand or not, whether you know it or not, whether you could understand and manifest or not, you are Paramashiva and you are manifesting even now. We are unconsciously in that trauma, and when we continuously hold that cognition again and again, whatever is happening in the outer world, the materialistic world, simply the shift, you cannot explain a joke, you just have to experience it. Suddenly you will start laughing. You don't know why you laughed for that. You have no idea, no logic behind it. It just happens. Same way, all this powerful cognition, when you hold that continuously in your inner space and start living that whole thing again and again, that Paramashiva is real, is my thought Paramashiva, is my word Paramashiva, holding that again and again, when you live it, something else in you clicks with it and starts manifesting as powers. Here beautifully the devotee in Shakshi Pramana has increased the size, the length of it, and showing how the length of the Atma Linga has increased. Now you can take any object, you can extra because it usually gives only a range. 5 to 10 units of the measurement should be longer or larger so that you don't create any self-doubt when you manifest the powers. Even the tingling or Kundalini awakening or the heat, what you experience, you've started manifesting the powers, start celebrating, you will simply see the powers manifesting more quantum space. And now sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. Visualize Paramashiva, Parashakti, all the boons, all the blessings, all the gorgeous looks and the smiles and the compassion, the overflowing love, and meticulously guiding each and every one. All that Devi just now showered on all of us. Hold that in the third eye. Continuously melt in that space. An absolute unclutching from anything that you know as the materialistic world. Beautifully, Bhagavan says, if a thief is sitting next door where there is tons of money, what would he be thinking? Will he be thinking about something else other than the money? Hold that powerful space inside you. Paramashiva is real. Think, hold that space inside you. Sit in that bhava with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. Beautifully in the oneness space. That is the greatest Tyaga. And continuously chant the Mahavakya intensely from your navel center. Again and again, when you chant the Mahavakya, it raises your frequency. You are frequency also, not just the matter, not just the materialistic world. You are quantum. You are Paramashiva. You can reflect Paramashiva in your brain as superconsciousness and manifest the higher reality, the new species, wake up to the higher science. Bhagavan beautifully says, in your dream, you are not there, but the thoughts are happening. So when you have certain fear or greed, you wake up. But in here, we have so much of the distortion. So for us to wake up, you have to dissolve yourself in the authenticity. Paramashiva is real. In the deep sleep, how you dissolve, there is no knower, no knowing, nothing. It just, the seen and the seer merges. And you are the one quantum space, but you are entering that unconsciously, or the mind is not conscious, aware of that. Now with the mind aware of that, enter into the same space is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. And clearly chant the Mahavakya from your navel, what the mind is giving you and what the mind is giving you as a materialistic world, as consciousness. You merge into Paramashiva. You melt in Bhagavan's lotus feet and you experience the greater oneness that Paramashiva is real. Let's experience the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Bhagavan's initiation in the courtyard for us to experience the Ashta Mahashaktis. Let's start chanting intensely the Mahavakya with a deep listening.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Paramashivoham, Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us.
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham.
Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Let all of us
Paramashivoham, 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 Paramashivoham,
let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third actions. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.